When I got the job and I said this is a really good job. And, my goal was to take something that was good and figure out a way to make it better. So really what I did is, I tried to educate myself on, what our strengths were, and then, try to find out an area or two that we could improve upon, and, just really, set out to, attack that and make it better. An attribute that I have is that, I'm just really persistent. I stay at task. I'm willing to work things through, and you go back, to my days at Washburn Rural, you had to do that because, where our program was, it was pretty fragile, and if you varied, your course, if you changed your course, you're not going to see, I don't think, at least the success that you should have. So I would say the trait that could be stubbornness maybe, but the trait that I stand by is that I'm going to be persistent, and I'm going to work at something, and I'm going to see something through, and I'll be committed to doing that until the job's done.
Good. Let's go last round.
Certainly CJ's got a lot of respect for me. You look back, he was a guy that was coaching when I played, and that's the thing, is that one of the bigger things in his record, phenomenal, but as you coach, I think longevity is probably the most impressive thing in coaching. Just to be able to motivate yourself, to be able to adapt, to change, and to be able to be somewhere, one place, and make an impact over a long period of time. I think that's probably more impressive to me than the win total. And the win total is obviously extremely impressive and extremely important. But just his longevity, and that he was around when guys my age played, and he's still relevant today. He can still motivate, and the game certainly hasn't passed him up. They do some great things with their X's and O's, and just how they build their program. I think the rivalry is community driven, and I think there's a mutual respect, and I think in terms of where it is right now, and that was this, I heard about this game almost on a daily basis for the first year that I was here, and I hear about it still as often now as what I did. But from our perspective over here at Rossville, we wanted to make it competitive again. And that's what I heard. I just heard the passionate stories of how it used to be and how it was competitive, and I think it goes back to the guys riding together and carpooling, from these communities over to Goodyear, and just the kind of pride that those guys would take if the hometown team won on Friday. And I think that's where it all started. It is certainly a special game, and last year being my first year involved, that's what I tried to convey to the kids, of how lucky they are that they get to play in a game like this, because certainly it's rare. There's nothing else like it that I've seen, and that was the approach that we took, is that take a lot of pride in the fact that you get to have a game like this and go out there and play it hard and play it for your community and lay it on the line. But it's certainly neat. This is what I can predict. I can predict there'll be a lot of people here. I can predict there'll be a lot of passion from both communities, and I know both teams will play up and play hard, and that's a given. That's a given for every one of these, that you're going to get those things. We're going to give it our best shot, and that's as far as I'm going with that one.